Hey polish fans, welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer, and in today's video we are doing a little peelie off nail polish mani. So the other day I put on Baby Shark by Glisten and Glow, and sadly since I used the peel off base coat I've already lost 3 within 24 hours. So we're going to go ahead and peel off the rest. This one I lost while wrestling into a pair of pants. This one I think while I was closing the trunk of my car, and this one while I was closing the fridge. So with 3 nails gone, it's time for the rest of them to get peeled off. And since this probably won't take very long, what I thought I would do is also give you guys a little bit of pointers on how to use a peel-off base coat and tips that I've sort of learned along the way of the couple of times that I've used a peel-off base coat, and especially what I've learned from this latest experience. So let's go ahead and jump into the peeling off of this mani, which should be fairly easy. Yeah, this is just going to come right off. And I don't necessarily think that you need to have a rose stick to get this started, but I find that it's a lot easier because it has a fine edge to it. But if you want to do the peel off with like your fingernails or something, that probably will work as well. But see, as you can see, especially on this one, if I can get this one off, there is a lot of the peel off base coat that has no polish on it. Hopefully that comes across. So I think that we'll talk about a little later is going to be one of the tips for how to use a peel off base coat here. But the short time that I did wear this mani, I was happy with it. It's a beautiful color. I do think that I should probably have used a better top coat. I let it dry down almost completely and then decided that I was just going to use my standard fast dry top coat by Vibrant Vinyls. And the reason I thought that that could work is Vibrant Vinyls is a fairly thick consistency, and I thought that that might be enough to cover up my all of the glitters. Whoops, oh, you can't even see those. To cover up all of the glitters from this Crelly polish. But as you can see, whoops, it's still fairly textured. So I think what I would probably do next time is do a 2-stage process. And the reason I didn't is I thought, well, you know, 2 layers, why not try just 1 thick layer? But what seems to be the case with the glitter Crellys is that because they are, as some people term it, thirsty, they will eat up your top coat. And therefore the texture is still going to be apparent. So it's not going to be as glossy and as shiny as a regular cream mani. So what a lot of the 2-stage processes, actually I've only seen one myself, and I think it's by Esmaltes de Kelly, and it is a top coat duo specifically for glitter manis. And what it does is you've got the first layer that you put on over your completed mani, and that sort of sets the layer, almost like a ridge filling base coat sort of a thing, except instead of filling ridges on your nail, it's filling the imperfections and divots that are caused by the glitter and sort of evening out the manicure so that when you do put that glossy top coat, it sits on an even surface and doesn't get sucked into the polish, as I understand it. So I was figuring that, well, instead of doing this 2-stage process, I would just do the 1 thick one, but as I mentioned, it didn't really work out for me. So next time I think I will give that a shot. I do have a number of Crellys to be trying. If you've watched a number of my haul videos, I've found a number of polishes from older brands. Many of them are Crellys, so I've got a lot of those to still try out. So it's definitely one of my longer nails, so taking a little bit more work to get the whole thing off. I know it doesn't have to come off in one piece, but that's sort of part of the game. I want to see if I can get it off in one piece. But this one, I think I may have not gotten the peel off base coat all the way to the edge, which I thought I was being careful with, especially the thick coats that I was using, but still have a little bit of spot there that seems to be sticking to the nail. There we go. There we go. Okay, yay, one piece. A little mangled, but one piece. Okay, one more to go. So again, this one you can see that extra little bit of peel off base coat that is showing up out from under the polish. Alright, let's see if we can get this last guy off. Hey, there we go. Alright, so I'm definitely missing the 3 that were popped off the other day. But there you go, that is my manicure all peeled off. Let's go ahead and get into a couple of the tips that I would suggest or have learned about my experiences so far with the peel off base coats. So one of the things is, as most bottles will say, and again, a lot of these tips are going to vary depending on the specific formula of the brand that you're using, but many of them will specify to let them dry fully in between applying it to your nail and then doing your manicure. And that's definitely something to keep in mind and to try to follow as best you can so that it actually performs its function. The second one is that make sure that you are applying to a clean, dry, unpolished nail. That is my tip number 1, because the first time that I did a peel off base coat, I had a bit of damage on my nails, as similar to what's happening to my thumb right now, except it was on, I believe, my pointer, one of my pointers. And so it had a little bit of a peel issue that I didn't want to get worsened by peeling off anything from it. So my thought process on that was, hey, I'll just go ahead and put a protective base coat down first. That way my nail has something to harden it, to protect it, and then I'll put my top coat or my peel off base coat on top of that, and we should be good to go. Not really thinking that the two would then bind together instead of the peel off base coat peeling off of the second base coat. So that is tip number 1. Make sure to apply to a clean, unpolished nail. The second one is one that I've sort of discovered along with this latest mani. I think one of the reasons why I may have lost a couple of nails early is the issue that you can see right along here with that extra tidbit of peel off base coat that you see. So the peel off base coat that I used is a pretty thick consistency. I mean, it's not gloopy, but it isn't a watery consistency. So what I would suggest is that after you apply it to your nail, while it's still wet, coming back with a cleanup brush or even a stick, a rose stick, coming back and just doing a cleanup around the edges. Make sure that you get all of the excess around the cuticle area and leave nothing behind in those areas so that you don't wind up with these extra little bits. And then that's going to leave a little flap for them to catch on things and eventually cause the side of your polish to lift, which then will cause you to lose a finger. So definitely clean up. The other tip similar to that is if you want your peel off manis to last longer, be a little bit more aggressive with your cleanup and wipe enough along the side of your nails, more like this, so that you have a clean side all along the edge of your nails. Enough where you will definitely be putting polish, and what that will do is let your polish have something to actually grip onto to your bare nail. So when you want to go and peel this off, it's not going to be as easy, but what you could do is start with acetone around those edges, clean up the nail polish that you had stuck to your actual nail, and then come behind it with a rosewood stick and then peel it off of your nail. Now that is not a method that I have tried personally, but I've seen it on other people's channels when they're talking about peel off base coats, and it's definitely something to keep in mind and try if you want to prolong your peel off mani. In any case, I think that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know down below if you have any tips and tricks for using peel off base coats. Make sure to like and subscribe for more nail polish videos here on my channel, and I'll see you next time.